Hi everyone. Hi Lulu. Hold on. Are you okay? What can we do? Is there something we can do? Hard start. But that's okay. That's why we're here. Hello everyone. So good to see you. I'm so happy you made it in chat today and thank you shh, shh, for trusting us to come here and I'm sorry that I didn't do the thing. I'll explain in a little bit. I'll try to look at the camera. Um, all right. Um, no, you didn't. No, no, no. Today is my first day back from my little break, so don't you worry. You didn't miss anything. Oh my God, Lulu. Okay, so you make sure you're okay and take care of yourself. If there's anything we can do or point you towards, let me know. I know it's. I mean, I'm just a random person on the internet, but geez, just know that I'm here for you. Okay. Well then, hi Gnarly. Good morning. Did you get coffee? I have tea with a lot of sugar. Oh, this is going to be so confusing. So, okay, I didn't do the thing that I said I was going to do, but honestly, I didn't do anything yet I said I was going to do aside from make art. So, the camera is still flipped. The thing is I wanted to make sure that everything was updated again before they would give me the same automated reply of have you tried a different Wi-Fi? So I didn't do it, which I should probably just write a little draft here, so you can pester me into messaging Twitch about a different kind of upside down this time around. Hi Tylos, Blue, thank you so much for the resub. Fun times again. Oh my God! No, I'm glad, Lulu, that you're coming in and that you're getting it off your chest, and I hope you know that you're safe here. And if you want to talk about it, we're here for you. All right. Arise by way of airspeed and trip bucket. Oh, is that how you pronounce it, Uzum? I don't know. I don't know anything. I love the thing though. So yes, please. Do you know? Wait. Do you know that there's a pumpkin trip bucket contest somewhere? I think it's somewhere in the USA. I don't know anything else. That is the only thing that's coming to mind. If you know any more, please let me know because I really liked the idea. I just don't know what it is. Oh my God, a hype train! Yes, let's go. Why not? Thank you so much for the resub, Gnarly. Hi, Savvy. Hi, Rosie. Uh, Hi, Kevlar. Thank you so much. I kind of want to stand, but also... Okay, I'll do it. Oh, there's a spider! There's a spider! What do I do? Do I just leave it? I mean, if it's on this side, that's kind of the agreement that I made with the spiders. If they stay on this side of the room, because there's the window, I'm okay. But it's gonna freak people out. Maybe it's just out of. There's a spider. Do I catch it and put it outside, or do I risk because I will freak out if he jumps on top of me. It's not the tiniest. Oh my God! What is this? No, not sure what can be done anymore. Tomorrow we go back to the housing company and has to get us out of this entire neighborhood. Yeah, Lulu. I'm so sorry that I am going to give you this advice, but please act up. Be upset. Be hysterical. Make a scene. Make sure that they do not dismiss you, because in this case, it's better to over emote than not. Because honestly, they'll not believe you. And I guess personally, I have learned the hard way that I would rather be called hysterical and be taken seriously because they feel like they might be liable for something if they don't, than try to be composed because for societal reasons or whatever it is, you feel like you have to be contained. No, make a scene because otherwise you might not get the help you need. Oh no, I wish I could do more, Lulu. Did you do the thing? The thing? Of course, Dylos. Hi. I feel like listen. I don't like that it's behind me. That is. Can you see it now? No, I don't think you can. It looks tiny like this. I know, but it's like it's one of the quick ones. You know, it has a. I recognize it. I think I have to go put it outside. I'm so sorry. Okay. Um. Why not? Why not? Spiders are good luck though, right? I'm so confused. The thing I mean is that I'm in the upside down again, and I didn't message Twitch after I had updated everything. Because I had oh my god, I had a brutal endometriosis episode. I knew it was coming though, because you know when you're stressed out, when you have a lot on your mind, but especially if you have a actual cortisol, you know, if you're being beaten up by a stranger, you might get worse symptoms when you have a chronic illness. I gotta do so. It's behind me, all right? I can't. I took too long. Now I don't know where it is, and that's actually kind of worse because if he got up, that's fine. Go into the corner. We agreed to this. I'm okay if you're here because my bed is all the way on the other side, and you know there's a window here, so mosquitoes. But this is not cool, man. This is not cool. Okay, so I had to prep. I had to make sure that there was like I could go outside without the cats going outside. But okay, well, welcome back. It's the corner of chaos. Immediately. Hello, Sir Bounty. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, I have no explanation. Is it pronounced the French way, Tylos? Trebuchet? Trebuchat? Trebuchet? I am not trying to be offensive at all. I'm just a little bit nervous now because I am the kind of person who is very unlucky when it comes to spiders because, like I said, I don't mind them here. Bedroom, different story. Not a fan. Not a fan. Will freak out immediately. And on my body, also, don't do that. Consent, you know, boundaries, please, personal space. But also, if I, it's gonna be behind me. All right. Don't tell me if it's on me. Just don't tell me. All right. I'll be fine. I have a wooden crate of dynamite on my balcony. Yes. What? Wisdom. Wait. I think we're not on the same page. Oh no. Now I'm getting itchy. Oh god dang it. I didn't say the word because blah, blah 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 blah. I can't read your message. Why? Stop it. She just said the word. Hey, that sounds like. Yeah. Well, it's also it's a bit early in the stream, and if I say certain words, I might get flagged because bots be mean. You stay for 4 hours. You've bruises. Rose gave it to me in doubts because I could always be clear in my wording, and I did have a panic attack in the last person of waiting. Yeah, Lulu, the aftermath, the immediate aftermath. It's nothing you can, nothing can prepare you for it. There's really, nothing anyone can do. You really have to sit it out. It's horrible, and the unfortunate truth is the cliche that you need literal time. You just need to get through. You need to get through the first days, the first weeks, the first months, the first years. So whatever it is you're feeling, whatever you need to do, whatever you want to express, how you want to express it is all valid. Just trying not to lash out at people. But whatever it is that you feel, it's valid. And try to treat yourself as you would someone else that is in the same situation. But I am gonna talk a little bit about what I've been doing in the last few days because, like I said, I had a brutal endometriosis episode, one where I was actually praying that the neighbors wouldn't call the police because I wasn't able to communicate. I was just screaming. I was just screaming, and the thing is, if the police come because the neighbors think someone is either dying or giving birth, I would not be able to open the door in that state. So they would knock the door down, and really the last thing you want when you're in the middle of an endometriosis episode and in pain is the police knocking down your door. That's how intense it was. So I needed a week of feeling absolutely ripped apart. And only in the last few days I felt a little bit better. I'm sensitive to light still. But the uterus is ready for the next episode. But I can tell you what I've been doing. I can promise you that it will help. But in short, I've been making art, really silly. And anytime I feel even the slightest bit of inspiration, I latch onto it. Whether that's writing or painting, however bad it is. Or writing, I think I said that twice. Basically, I guess what I'm doing is leaning into any feeling that gives relief. Within reason. Don't abuse it. But anything that even gives me a hint of, oh, this feels good, I lean into it. Within reason, okay? Right, Jungus? How are you doing? Welcome in. Where are Wednesday or Tuesday you need them? Well, Toulouse doesn't care about spiders. She loves flies, so it's a good thing that we have like goats and stuff in the neighborhood because they do attract flies. Winston loves spiders though, but I feel bad. to actually let him get spiders. He can get the mosquitoes. That's fine. But I do feel bad. I do try to leave the spiders outside. Yeah, they're good to hunt as spiders. Zebra have been easy target and now access me. Yeah, I feel that, Lulu. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Those quick ones don't even. I think it's a jumpy one, and I'm not a fan of those. I'll admit, those are my the least of my favorites. I would rather have the ones with the long legs, but the ones with the jumpy, that's not fair, man. You're too tiny. I can't follow you that quick. I'm only human. So, but yeah, I mean, this is so typical. He's fine. I have the glass and the thingy in case he comes back. I just hope that he won't crawl on top of me because that would be so hysterical. I might actually pee my skirt. That would be unfortunate. The thing is, I had to make sure that I could go outside. I had to prep the way outside, and it took too long to get back. I couldn't find a paper that didn't have my name on it. So this is unfortunate, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm a giant human. I am. I know. But the thing is, tiny things can be scary too, you know. Yeah, well, I mean, this is making stream interesting, isn't it? Oh no. Hi Garfield, how are you today? Um, I've been sitting this out for a year of issues, especially since June, and there are thefts of both bright flag. Okay, they reached into our kitchen and snatched each one when we hung them. Yeah, no, you should definitely just based on that, you should get protection, and you should be able to get out. Oh, I hate that this falls on the victims because I don't even want to get into my situation today because honestly, it doesn't deserve my energy today. Today, I want to make sure that I'm here and have a decent stream, at least a decent stream. All right. Um, but that's dangerous. That's dangerous, and I fear you might have to also contact maybe some local specific organizations that could support you in talking to the people that have to get you out. You know what I mean? Because that's completely different. Okay, look, I just decided I'm just not going outside anymore. Just not going outside. Not Vincent still doesn't want to go outside either. He's a bit restless every once in a while, but we've been working on new tricks, and I am building him different levels in the house, which I previously didn't feel necessary for one because Tuz is not a climber. She prefers to be on top of me, so it was never a thing. And Bo was also a low to the ground kitty. Winston is my first boy cat, and he's just reckless. So I've built a bridge, and I'm building shelves for him to use so he has more real estate, you know. But I don't go outside if I don't have to. I will just prevent going outside for as long as possible. And when I do go outside, I get all the things I need so I can stay inside for at least another week. But I'm lucky that I'm chronically ill and stuck at home. I can do that, but that's not possible for most people. My God, Lulu, I don't understand people. I don't understand people like that, really. I think I forgot to mention my writing. Yeah, Silas. Yeah, one of the most important things to deal with life in general, no matter where you are, is writing. No joke. Keep a diary on paper because Big Brother is watching. You do it. You do as well. I'm very much behind because of the spider. I'm sorry. I'm almost there. Almost got caught up. Yeah. So also, but and I forgot to mention, especially for me, I have trouble eating when I'm under a lot of stress. So and I'm not quite out of that. Still, it's probably going to take some time. So mental health pizza saving my life. Hot chocolate with a lot of sugar, very bad. But at least I'm getting some calories inside my body. Ice cream, perfect. You know, be in a way, I feel like it's almost like you're taking care of the child in you that has been scared more than the adult that you are today, if that makes any sense, because that is kind of the needs that I feel are being pulled at, being creative. So getting my hands all dirty with paint and making, it's not done yet. I'll show when it's done. I posted at the beginning of me making a little, those baby mobiles that I've heard they're not good for babies, but that are above beds. I'm making something like that with a lot of shiny things from just things that I have lying around. I'm not even buying new things, but I'm just taking inventory of all the things that I always wanted to do. And I guess it took massive trauma for me to finally allow myself to do it. But hey, at least I'm here, right? So just leading into if you want to have vegetarian or not chicken nuggets for dinner, you do you, boo. Uh, you'll get better, but it just takes time. Long ones freak you out, Savvy? No, I would rather have the long ones because those are slow. The ones that do this, they jump, and that's not okay. Hi, Billy. Good to see you too. How are you? Best stream. Should I have spiders more often during stream? Don't they bring good luck? I feel like when soul me, they bring good luck, actually. But it also has thumbs with them. No. Oh my god. Maybe we should not share that information. I don't want to believe that. Wisdom was it was AI. I think it was AI. Everything is AI. If I don't want to believe it, it's AI. I feel like that's a strategy that a lot of people are taking right now. I am still nervous. I'm trying to forget, but it's hard. I will swear until my last day that a spider once sent me a mental warning not to walk into its web. I was mowing the lawn, looking down when I get this weird mental buzzing. I looked up and there was a large spider web I was about to walk into with a yellow and black spider in the middle of it. Woo, 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 whoa, blue. I believe that though. I believe that. It's stupid. It's really silly. I am scared of spiders. It's not like I'm actually okay with them. I am. Otherwise, I would not freak out if they were on top of me, right? But I am terrified of them. But I feel like outside, especially, that's their place. I have no business destroying their home. And we've come to the conclusion that if it's by a window, yeah, let's go have it. But don't creep up on me. Hi, Dev. And I did see someone else going as well, didn't I? Essential something is lurking. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for being here. I feel like I miss someone still. I'm trying so hard to catch up. It's really hard today, so I will read a book instead. Oh, enjoy your book. I would rather you read a book anyway, Chungus. So good for you. Spider with thumbs. Psychic power communications with spider with thumbs. No. I mean, the end is near anyway, Wisdom. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. Pizza. Always pizza, Blue. Pizza is always the answer. Pizza and ice cream. You can wake me up with pizza and ice cream. Oh. You can wake me up for pizza and ice cream. My favorite pizza? Just a margarita. Just a margarita. Just a plain, not too complicated. I can live on that. I have proven that, and I don't recommend it. It's not necessarily healthy. Don't do that. But if you're going through a hard time, and if you're like me, and pizza is one of those things that you can always eat, and you would otherwise not eat, then just eat pizza for a few weeks. You'll get sick of it eventually, and then you'll have healthy food again. But for now, if you're going through something that is so bad that the way you perceive and experience life and the world has been shaken and broken to a point that it's not fixable, then you should do everything and anything in your power to make yourself feel good, as long as you don't hurt yourself or others, within reason, right? Aside is their home. Yeah, Billy. Like that's and the weirdest thing about spiders outside. I'm not scared of spiders outside. It's fine. It's like, yeah, I expect you here. I think it's more that I just don't expect them in my home suddenly in front of my face. You know what I mean? Like if I'm never mind. Outside is the home of the spiders, and I do feel like it's just an animalistic response of humans to not want insects and like bugs and spiders inside their home. It's probably just some very old territorial thing. But then again, if we are so superior as humans, we should be able to communicate with anything that we experience as less than I feel like. So, just take them outside. I would scream. That's why I muted you, because I freak out when I have to put them outside. I hate it. Ugh. Just think about it. It makes me very upset, especially the jumpy ones. The jumpy ones are not okay, but I'll do it. It's not the adult spiders you want to worry about. It's the hundreds and hundreds of babies they have that should be of concern, Garfield. If it's so many that you can't count them anymore, it becomes fascinating again. Not in my home. Not in my home. Then it's burn it to the ground. It's no saving. Just burn it. Just burn it. I'm so sorry, but that's not okay. But I once cleaned an abandoned mobile home that we had to clean out for, how do I say this? Summer camp, but with horses. We needed that mobile home for kids to sleep. And it hadn't been opened for quite a bit. And we opened it, and it was baby spider heaven. So weirdly, that wasn't scary either. And we did have to wash them away, because it was just, we could not save those. It was too many. But also, I was 13. No, wait. Cherry destroying spider's home. No, Savvy, never. Never on purpose. Ew, wait, Lulu. Don't say that. Please behave, because I just this morning learned what gooning is, and I'm so upset that no one told me. I feel like any one of you should have warned me about this word. I didn't know, and now I know, and I'm what is wrong with people? Like, you can't go calling it something that sounds innocent and reminiscent of a children's movie. Don't do that. Make it sound like what it is. Pizza is healthy fruit. Yes, wisdom. I mean, technically, if you make it yourself, pizza isn't too bad. But also, don't actually live on it, right? Okay, I can't, Tylos. I once went to, I bought something of this marketplace thing, right? But the seller was around the corner, and I thought, you know what? I'll just pick it up instead of paying $5, because this is like 15 years ago. I'll just go. And I go into, first off, how I survived my teens, I really don't know, because I didn't know these people. And they sold witchcraft stuff on an online marketplace. I go there, and I step into the living room, and they said, hold on, before you move further, are you scared of spiders? And I was like, yeah, I already knew this is going to be bad. And they said, okay, in that case, please come forward and don't look to your left. And they actually meant it. Like, please don't. We don't mean to scare you. But they had a tarantula just next to the door. It's great, but it's not my thing. I don't think I would sleep. You're brave if you apparently they're cute and they're sweet, but hello, washed up Twitch viewer. I'm very scared of spiders inside or outside. It's a very natural feeling. It's a very what is the word? My English needs to warm up a little bit. Reptilian brain response. So it's not your fault, but they're probably more scared of you than we are of them. It's hard to believe, I know. What is that? I was gardening yesterday. I went about as well as expected. In unrelated news, I'm never leaving the house again. Oh, Garfield. Yeah, same. Just for groceries. And like, yeah, just for groceries. Well, and water my flowers. But not, I don't care. I really don't want to be outside anymore. Oh, really? Making getting upgrades. That's amazing. What kind of chair did you get? Because I discovered another person who prefers chairs that are a little less comfortable, and I think it's going to be a topic of conversation in the coming years. Like, as long as it's not making its way into the house, it's fine. Chaos Sunday. I should probably just call it Chaos Sunday. Yeah, it's actually savvy. I'm trying to make it cozy, but it's always chaos. I did not pay that spider. All right, it came here on its own free will. I did not pay it. it's not. It's not an actor, as far as I know, at least. Spider versus human, but by comparison, almost the same as human versus dinosaur. Yes. I had to go through a few dinosaurs, but yeah, I don't think it's fair. But still, it's a natural feeling. I get it. Like I said, I'm scared. I'm scared of spiders, but I understand that it's not their fault. They don't want to die. They don't want to die. That's not why they came in here. They came in here thinking that there was food. And there will be, because I do have a lot of mosquitoes, which is why I decided to, cohabit and compromise, and I have this mental line in my head which is pretty much until here. Spiders are allowed there, but if they come further, they have to. I'll have to remove them. Hi, Katsu. She is having a nap. She was actually having a bit of an attitude when I got up because I feel like they understood immediately what I was doing. I pulled out the tripod because it was, I wasn't streaming for 2 weeks, and to have the tripod here for nothing is just stupid. So put it away. And the moment I took it out, both of them started to be babies. Just babies. About chairs for the kitchen table. You have a kitchen table, Millie? Hands up to the people who actually have dinner at a dinner table. I think I'd have less trouble with a tarantula. They'd be big and they're big enough that you can always see where they are, and they have fur like hamsters. They'll freak you with too many legs. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm actually just scared. I'm just scared of them. But at this point, I also understand if it's in my power to not harm a creature, I should really do my very best to not. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Because there's times. Like the time that I woke up with the spider in front of my nose, that one wasn't good. And I feel like that was self-defense. What do you mean? What do you mean? How long have you been looking at me like that? So I freaked out and I killed it. I'm so sorry, but I did. I feel like that one was valid though. But other times I will always try. Let's try to put it outside, okay? Always. You eat at the dinner table each day? I don't have one anymore. I did also. I don't know why I'm hating. Probably because I don't have one anymore. Didn't say I had dinner there. Only during Christmas and Easter, right, Millie? Mosquito traps. Yes, Lulu. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I keep them. If they're at the window, it's fine. If you build your home at the window, fine. You just. I'll stay there and you go there. But that's what I'm trying to retrain my brain as thinking as well. Because the thing is, when I used to work with horses, I at least was grateful for the spiders. They were very high up, so they weren't much of a bother. But also, if you've never been bitten by just a regular horsefly, you have not known pain. I'm exaggerating. But also, a lot of people don't realize that flies, just regular flies, they bite. Okay? And it hurts. You don't want to be bitten by a fly. So I appreciated their help. It's just something about in your home. If it's in your home, like I said, I think it's just a very old territorial response that is valid but unnecessary. I have a feeling that I'm gonna meet the spider again today, though. I feel like we're not done for today. It's just a slight suspicion. I also have to vacuum still, so I have to be careful in this corner that I don't kill him. This is the most I've chatted as. Mostly I'm a lurker. Oh, Savvy, I feel honored. I'm mostly a lurker as well. Mostly. But sometimes you just have one of those days. It's okay. I like it. I usually eat at my computer desk. I eat on the couch. I used to, when I still had a dining table. I just don't have a dining table anymore. I tried to eat here, but it soon became my second desk. So it just feels weird. So I just eat on the couch. I have a big table, but dinner on it only when we have guests. Otherwise, dinner watching our shows, but we do lunch at table basically daily. I love that, Lulu. Yeah, lunch is different. I don't know. Yeah, they bite, Savi. They do, and they're vicious about it as well. Like, because it's not like they can do that infinitely. They just bite, and especially horseflies. Whew. So yeah, I respected spiders at stables, but in my home, no. Side note. I think dinner tables are outdated. I used to love sitting at my dinner table actually, and I made an effort. So I would light a well, I light candles every day. Just a little life hack. If you want to make your life cozy on a daily basis, so have some kind of implemented self-care that is really simple, have candles. I prefer real ones. You can get ones that are pretty much non-toxic, because there's something about a real flame that just does something to your brain. But just a candle or two in the evening on a daily basis, highly recommend. It's a very simple habit, but it can have massive effect on your mental health. And I feel like that sounds like an exaggeration, but it's just there's something about fire. Horseflies are vicious. Yes, Blue. Oh, we had some that would show up and attack. Yeah, they will attack. It's like they will. They're underrated. They're very sneaky about it. Rose had it really bad and only started baking peace with him a couple of years ago. Yeah, I'm on that path, and that's a good way to actually phrase it, because I hadn't given it a name, Lulu. That it's just a natural mosquito. Mentally, that's why I try to not be scared, but I hadn't actually given it a name. Bad habits like eating next to the PC. He says while having spaghetti next to his laptop at the moment. Well, I don't know. Why would that be bad though? Why would it be bad? Like if making your dinner table, if you have a dinner table and setting your table for one is causing you harm in some way, because for some people that might feel very lonely, it might be very confronting. They might not like it. They might just literally just prefer sitting on the couch. Don't feel bad about what makes you feel good if you're not hurting yourself or anyone else. It's fine. It's fine. I always have something on as well. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think we forget that for thousands of years we lived in villages, and it was kind of unheard of to be alone ever. Everything was communal. Everything was communal. We were rarely alone. So the fact that we try to pacify ourselves with screens when we don't have any other options is really the best thing you can do, I think. What do you mean, Douglas? I'm not gonna, no. Naming spiders helps conquer phobia. For example, there's a stuff looking like little spider who lives by my sink. I named them Tupac. That's so interesting. That's so interesting, and such a synchronicity, because I was trying to find a quote of his to use for the Instagram thingy timer. They felt a bit too out of context. But boy, do I have thoughts about Tupac, and if anyone has books about his life, but especially, you know, could you please send me a message with the title, because I need some titles on Tupac. Actually, I have been trying to work my way through the assassination of Fred Hampton, but it's very hard. I'm very angry, and yeah. I'm very angry. I'm very, very angry. I don't know how these people lived through this real time. I read some of this yesterday in the bus. I'm at 73%. But what happened to Fred Hampton? If you don't know, he was a Black Panther, like a founder almost, a chairman of the Black Panthers, and he was assassinated in his sleep at 21 years old. Assassinated in his sleep when he was 21 years old. The government was so scared of this 21-year-old that they assassinated him in his sleep. But I'm seeing things in no, this is about Fred Hampton. I'm seeing things in his court case that are very reminiscent of what is happening to a lot of people today. And I need to gather a little bit more information. Hi, Tucson. How are you doing? So if you know about a book or maybe a documentary, I guess I'm able to watch a documentary with the current creative projects that I've got running. I think I can do it. But I would prefer a book, so I can kind of incorporate it maybe in the video that I am working on, which is not just going to talk about the assassination of Fred Hampton, but also Malcolm X and a few other books that I feel tie into a certain subject that I want to talk about a little bit more. But I feel like, I mean, I might have stumbled into an endless void with Fred Hampton, because I started with Fred Hampton and then I read Malcolm X, and now I want to get into Tupac a little bit more, because I know that he started in politics. I also need to read a little bit about King. Ooh, wait, and apparently, there's a theory that Shakespeare was a black woman. I am in love with the theory, and I haven't read the book yet. So, has anyone heard about that? Oh, Millie, I didn't see. Normal houseflies don't bite. I just checked. But the thing is, I've always lived around animals, like horses and goats and sheep. So I have never been around normal houseflies. They've always been very aggressive. Hi, Addie. How are you doing? Gertrude was a Tejaner. What? A what? Commonly known as the barn funnel weaver in North America and a domestic house spider in Europe. They look scary, but also so scared of humans. Even Rose accepted Gertrude as long as she lived next to my... See, I feel like for a lot of people it starts with, okay, so if you're here and you stay there, then it's fine. We can start working things out, but boundaries. Boundaries, Gertrude. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just saying titles. That I feel like a lot of people talk down on themselves for things that are really unnecessary. I think her time came. Oh no, Lulu. Yeah, I mean, that's life. That's life. I've heard about theories that Shakespeare didn't really write his material. Yeah, there are so many theories about Shakespeare, that Shakespeare was a group of people, but there's a book, and I recently added it to my TBR on Goodreads. So it should be easily findable. That's not good English. But there's a new theory that Shakespeare was actually a black woman. And a book was released about it this year, and I plan on reading it hopefully soon. Because I think that's fascinating. The Francis Bacon theory? Oh, yes, I also heard about that one. Yeah, that's true. Considering how some of his texts are supposed to be racist, I'm not sure it could be true about Shakespeare. I never read Shakespeare, so I wouldn't know. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't read him. I can't say. We can start working things out. Yeah, sorry, exactly. It's like cats. When you introduce cats, maybe that's a good way to describe people who are actually scared of spiders. They're like cats, and you need to introduce them in a very slow and contained manner, and then we can work it out. We can. See, Talos. So just so we're clear, you're okay. There's nothing wrong with eating wherever you want to eat. I also feel like sometimes I don't know where, but there are people who feel like it's rude to eat while you're walking. Why? What if I'm in a hurry? What do you mean I can't eat when I'm walking? What is it your business? What do you mean that bothers you? That's so confusing. What? I do want to understand, actually. Thank you for the 3 streak, Addie. Way to go. Thank you for being here. Because we respected Wayne, I'd come on PC wherever she was. I'd say hello and she'd move if needed. Not much, just enough for me to type or have my electrodes under the table desk of here. And she was about 20 to 30 centimeters away and moving for hours. That is interesting. They're probably so smart. They're probably so smart. We're just silly humans. We're just silly humans. But also, like, you know, thousands of years ago, it was valid to be scared because we didn't know which one of them might be the end of us. So, I guess it makes sense to some degree. I have a new pet spider. Titles. This does make me think of this girl that I sometimes watch on YouTube. She's called Sylvie the Queen. She used to be a bunny in Japan. And she is a bit odd. I love her. She's so cute. And she also has house spiders. It's adorable. I don't think they're the same spiders every time. I feel like maybe she just has a few, but the way she talks about them is really cute. And it's helpful. It's helping me. You never had a cat? You never had a cat, Sevi? Uh-oh. The moment you say something like that, the cat distribution system is activated. So beware. A cat might be on its way now, Savvy. I'm glad to be here. You be good too, Gnarly. Thank you for being here. Need to CBT it out of our lizard prey when it's scared for the real danger. Yeah, I agree. And I guess spiders are a good way to start. That actually ties back into the politics of the sexual politics of meat. I am really struggling with moving. Well, not struggling. It's more like I'm kind of locked into my brain about how I want to talk about the books that I've been reading, because I feel like I can put them in certain subjects. I can split them up into 3 or 4 very specific subjects, and also kind of make it, I don't want to say educational because that sounds so dry, but informative at the very least, and show how you can't just rely on one source. It's often the compounding of information that helps you get a very clear picture of a subject. But it's just very heavy. I feel like it's very heavy. I know, Zoe. What is it sounds so dry. Wait, yeah. Well, I didn't find the spider, Addie. It was just there. It was just there, and then I went to get something to bring it outside, and by the time I found something to bring it outside, it was gone. But it's okay. I mean, as long as it's on this side of the house, it's fine. I've got like a few. I say a few, but there were two here, and that one wasn't the same. But I live in a very it's just nature. Everything around me is nature, so it's expected that there's going to be animals and bugs that come inside. That's just a given, and it's been a good exposure therapy experience, to be honest, because I don't want to be upset and scared and just mindlessly respond to this knee-jerk fear of just a little bug, and it's just lost. It just wants to go outside. It wants to go home to its family, you know. But again, that doesn't mean that I never have to, you know, defend myself. It happens. It happens. But yeah, there's a spider somewhere here. And I don't know. There was a tiny one in this one, actually, in this huge plant that is starting to become a bit of a problem because it's had another growth spurt. Like no, we don't, Talos. We are so light and fluffy. I don't know what I'm saying. Hi, Metal. Why, thank you. Your chat is looking amazing as well. My lieve vriend, how I've missed you. I've missed you too. I've missed you too, chat. So, should I let you decide what I'm going to read this week then? Because I was thinking to read during stream the coming days, because if in case you're new here, we do chatting chaos on Sundays, and on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we try to be productive, and that can be anything from keeping yourself alive, which is a full-time job. Just so you know, not only for people who may or may not have some other struggles to get through the day, but for everyone. It's a full-time job to keep yourself alive. And sometimes you just need a day where that is all you do. But I'm going to be reading Chaos Sunday. I might have to remember that, Lulu. No, Storm! But everyone, I don't want to leave anyone out. Everyone's looking amazing. You like Fluffy? Oh, Stitch Boys. Yes. Well, I mean, listen, I watched a very world-shattering documentary about manosphere things. Several actually this morning. So my brain is a bit worried about every word at the moment. And I feel like I should educate myself. Yeah, sort of. Like the Noisy Immigrant has been doing documentary mornings. So we've been watching everything from colonialism to. I loved the one that focused on the Maori suppression and how they're dealing with it. And capitalism, just everything. We're just learning about a lot of things. And today, apparently, Noisy didn't know about Bluxmaxing, I think, or maybe that's what. And incels, he didn't really understand how bad it was, and I didn't either. So I learned a lot. Like, I learned so much, but also things that I was so fully not aware of. And now, so when I say we're just cute and fluffy here, and now my brain is like, I'm not accidentally triggering something that is gonna, get the manosphere here, right? Right? Yeah, titles. I don't know what's up with that, but it stresses me out. It stresses me out. I'm sorry, Storm. I hope you're okay. My heart goes out to the Mowers as well. I don't think I have a book on there, and I don't want to butcher it, but I also want to try to practice on how to say the proper name for New Zealand, and I wonder if there's something for Greenland as well. So, okay, the thing is, the books I was reading last month when I had my little incident in the forest have been a little bit triggering to read, to pick up, because every time I pick them up, I am working through them, but it's hard because it just kind of puts me in the mindset of what I was feeling before last month. And I was also working, as you may know, on the first Hermit Road Trip video, which was going to be, it's not here, that's full of time. It was going to be a Stephen King book about Kennedy's assassination, right? Well, sort of. It's Stephen King, but it's really hard to read that and get through it. So I thought maybe this week I'll read during stream, and the rest of the week work on a video to get back into the habit of working on videos for YouTube. This one about Greenland, because we're not talking about Greenland anymore, which is it's physically impossible to think about all the things that are going on in the world, but I was going to do this one second. I was going to do this one as the second Hermit Road Trip video book. But I think I want to do that this week. And it's not too big, I think, and it has, I'm not sure if the time, wait, when was this released actually? 2017. Because I've become aware that a lot of people, for one, people from Denmark aren't even aware that Greenland is part of Denmark, which is a different subject. But on top of that, globally, people aren't aware that there are natives living in Greenland. This is their folklore. And I think maybe to get back into things and to have a book that has short stories, which I'm not good at, but during stream, I think it would be nice. We can talk about it during stream. Unless you want me to read something else, I think this is going to be the book that I'm going to be focusing on this week. Apparently they hit their face with a hammer or something. Yes, Dinos! To make it more beautiful. Like, what? I still cannot believe people would do. Yeah, okay. So I watched, I think 2 or 3 short documentaries. I also know how the guy that started it all. But my problem is those people just got puberty. The hammer isn't doing anything. They just grew into their faces. There's so much wrong about all of that. And honestly, I'm glad I do know about manosphere, looks maxing, gooning, but also how deep the misogyny is within Gen Z. Apparently, the young kids think that feminism has gone too far. What do you mean? So I do need to learn a little bit more about that as well, because it's important. Because how am I going to approach men's mental health, if I am not aware of what is going on with the youth? Not that I reach those, but I reach people who maybe take care of those boys. And maybe if you're not aware of how bad it is, look at a documentary or two, because, yeah, it's pretty wild. I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was there, but I didn't know it was that bad. Like, why would you hit your face with a with a hammer. And then they have the audacity, I mean, not the audacity, that's how I perceive it, like to say, I don't hate myself. I just hit myself with a hammer for 4 to 5 hours a day. Sir, don't think that's loving at all. I agree, Lulu. That's why it's fascinating, and I hope that I'm not good at looking at that alone. Like if you know about a book about Tupac, or if you have ever seen a documentary, I am very much willing to sit my ass down to learn about that. But I am not someone who is able to sit through a documentary about something that extreme. Is it an ideology? I feel like it's body dysmorphia, and we're not going to go into it. But also, looks maxing for me is a very good example of why the patriarchy is hurtful for men and women alike. It has nothing to do with who gets hurt more. It's bad for all of us, because there's 30-year-old boys trying to break their own skulls with hammers. Whoa! Been listening while gift wrapping a bit. Have you seen the miniseries Adolescence? It sounds familiar. Oh, I think because they talked about this in one of the documentaries. I haven't seen this. Is it good? Ooh, it has a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes and an 8.1 on IMDb. Now, I don't necessarily believe that is like an end. The only thing you should think about, but that is quite high. That doesn't happen much. Not a light watch, but very good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so happy that the Noisy Immigrant has been watching these documentaries and educating just his community about all these things, because I don't think I would be able to watch that on my own. It's very comforting to have a chat there that has the same response and saying the things that I am thinking. You know what I mean? So if he is live while I am in my morning routine, where I have the ability to listen, I put him on in the background. Usually when I'm putting on my war makeup. It's not always a good idea. I have cried a few times, especially when it comes to the oppression of natives. Like what they did to this Sami guy is just, I hate it. I forget his name, but there's a Sami. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. I'm so sorry. The natives of the north. There was this one man who is a herder, right? He herds what are they called? Reindeer, and he had the rights to this huge piece of land, and somehow 2 years after he was given the rights, they put a whole windmill park on his land. And they claim that no one has ever gotten hurt from, for example, the ice that flies off of those windmills in winter. Well, duh, because there's no people there. The only person there is this man who owns that land with his reindeer, who now gets hurt. Of course he's not going to show up in your statistics. But worse than that, the entire piece of land is unusable. His reindeer can't live there anymore. And I had no idea they were doing that. And for someone who believes in green energy and renewable energy, this is one of those things that I'm like, this is not what I voted for with my money. This is not what you promised me when you said that green energy would make the world a better place. You know what I mean? And if I hadn't watched that with a community, I don't think I would be able to talk about it at all because I would still be raging. So to watch things about like the manosphere on my own, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm gonna get so upset. I'm gonna get so upset. Oh man, I keep seeing his face. I keep seeing his he's just heartbroken, just heartbroken. He did all the right everything right, and all he wants to do is just live his life on his native land. That was his, and they just ruined it. And we're all complicit. Even the people who think they're doing a good job, the people who think they're choosing a better world, are made complicit in this gross injustice. I'm glad I know about it now because I put that into projects like this. Even if I'm in pain and I'm struggling, I know where to focus my pain, and I understand why the world has always felt so dirty. That makes if that makes sense, because it is. What the hell? What do you mean? Green energy, then capitalism takes that and says, how can we use this the best? Yeah, titles, exactly. Like, we're trying to do a good thing and then they're just just ruining it for profit. It's stupid. But as well, the Sami, I never hear about those people at all. Green energy, just like the other things, as soon as capitalism takes hold, it becomes nasty. Yeah, all money is dirty. All money is dirty. There is no clean money. It sucks. It really sucks. The binding of feet of women in China always puzzled me. Wait, why? Oh, maybe in relation to manosphere things. Well, there's a lot of reasons why that was done, but in short, it was to make sure that women didn't run away. But it's a bit more complicated. Basically, if your feet have been broken and healed in that position, as I don't believe they stopped doing it, by the way. I don't believe it's fully gone. I think that it's still happening in deep rural places, but I don't have proof. I just my gut. Feet binding in China. If you want to look that up, be careful. Don't look at images, preferably. Just look up the information, the history, and the what, because it's really brutal. It's really brutal. But also aesthetics. Insane aesthetics, because the feet would look more childlike. Just to be clear, they made the feet as small as possible, because especially in those places, being small was important, small and innocent, and right. But the core reason will be, as always, in these kind of brutal oppression thingies, is to control and make sure that the person has no option to run away. Oh my God, what is happening? What? Hi, Anonymous. What are you doing? I don't understand. How did you do that? Really? Yeah. Oh, Gunner Intel RGB 570 graphics card, 10 gig. What? Display port? I don't have a computer. I'm streaming from my phone. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm so confused. I don't know what that is. That is computer talk, and I'm not that smart. But the reason my My stream was crap. It's because I'm using a phone to stream. I'm sorry. But I quite like it. I'm stressed out about a lot of things, and having a setup was very stressful. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how big streamers keep track of chat either. I don't know. No, this is true, Sabi. This is true. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have seen a few people who have like a small business put up marketing that says if you don't have the money now, because a lot of people are struggling naturally, but you do want a piece of my, say, my artwork, I will accept a manicure or a massage or a piece of your art or a piece of merch or a ticket to, you know what I mean? People have started to barter again. Have you noticed? I feel like this is not really to free music. Do you hear? Oh my gosh. Let's just not. You sound way too profitable. Did you hear that? Yeah, right, Lulu? I don't believe they stopped. They never stop things like that. Just like other bad things. 7 stream streak. Thank you for being here for 7 days straight, Storm. Oh my gosh. And high heels to slow woman down. But I have some arguments for heels though. If you wear stilettos, have you ever had one in the face? Just saying. handy piece of footwork. That came out. I have to get used to being here again. I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard not to be awkward, but I feel so awkward. I'm out of practice. 2 weeks is a long time, okay? And I don't talk to anyone. And for some people, I tend to stand on my toes naturally. I don't know why. I do know why. It's autism, apparently. They had to do this foot adjustment early on when the feet were still shaping themselves. Yeah, it is. It's brutal. This is true, Tyler. They did nasty things, and mind without any kind of sedation. And these girls were just. And to me, in my mind, and not just this, but other practices that people do to their children in the name of, I don't know, but mutilation practices. I feel horrible saying a practice because it's abuse. Like there's other things they do to children that I'm just like, if they have done that to you, how could you ever? How could you ever? I cannot wrap my brain around it. It's I can't. I don't want to understand actually. Didn't show up again. It didn't know. Let's just try to forget about it. When computer talk, I get very confused. I'm like, oh my god, I know you're saying something logical, but I don't understand. What do you mean? A 3 display port. I don't have a computer. I mean, I have a Mac. It's not connected. It's just a phone. I'm just using a phone. The upside is that if at some point I decide I want to go outside again, and I don't know, maybe I'll get like the zoomies and decide, you know what, I'm gonna stream in public. You would not notice a difference in quality. It would just be this. I can stream anywhere I want. It's just I prefer this corner because I'm a cat. I like my home, right? Yeah, have you not noticed? Yeah, yes, Dylos. People are starting to barter, and it is, in a sense, you know, a form of not participating in systems that you don't want to participate in, but also it's really just, why did we stop? I love that. I love, because you're thinking together, right? You're not just saying this is what it's worth, and if you don't have it, then you can just go hungry. You're saying, all right, let's see what we can do for each other. That is what bartering means to me, at least. If you are nice to each other and don't just think of profit. Uh, yeah, I one of the subjects I need to get into myself and I want to educate myself on more is equity. That is what the Noisy Immigrant is advocating for and working towards. And I feel like, especially as a white person, I have not been educated on what it is to have an equitable world as opposed to an equal world. I think equal has been warped into something that services some people more than others at the end of the day. It's an easily manipulative concept, and I think equity makes a lot more sense. I just don't know a lot about it, and I feel like that is what I wanna go into a little bit more as well, because it ties back into the bartering thing, by the way, in my mind. I prefer bartering of money, but then it's easy for people to get weird about what equals to fair trade. Yeah, there's so much unraveling we still need to do. That's I don't know how to say it. How do I say in English dat je een ander iets moet gunnen? Ik gun het een ander dat ze gelukkig zijn en hebben wat ze willen hebben. How do I say that in English? What do you mean type it in chat? In Dutch? That looks like, oh my god, I'm gonna get flagged. The moment I hit send, I'm like, oh wait, that's an English word. You too, really? I've been struggling with that word for years, and I can't. It's not that word. I'm not saying that word. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm panicking. So, it's like you want something for someone, but not. Yeah, is it a Dutch word? Is it one of those untranslatable words? I'm scared now, because I am really sure that some bot somewhere just rings some bells. But it's more than just okay. It's like it makes me feel. Happy is maybe a too extreme word for people to use in this case. Hold on, let's take a moment, because I kind of want to figure it out. I want to make sure that you understand what we need to learn in order for bartering to work in a sensible manner. Maybe like this. I like it when people are happy. It doesn't affect me at all. I want people to be happy. I want people to prosper and to thrive. And if I have something that I don't need, but would make someone else happy, why would I keep it? If I don't need it, if I don't use it, I would use that word to say I would rather you. Oh my god. No, how do I translate this? Well, it's not exactly a wish. I didn't realize it was that untranslatable. I thought it was just my brain glitching. Oh, did I miss a big message? Heels? Women are choosing heels? Heels are amazing in certain circumstances, but they're not good for running. Though not impossible. There's a marathon of men running in heels. You should look it up. It's funny. I also cannot think of the word. I think I know what you mean. Maybe there's a Nordic word that would translate into it, because I feel like there's a lot of Nordic words that come close to Dutch words, like gezellig. There's a hygge, which is not exactly the same. Hygge is a little bit more specific, but I feel like the feeling would be understood by people who know what hygge is. Oh gosh. It's like if some sports person has been working really hard for years and they never won, but they finally and unexpectedly win. You wouldn't say you would say it couldn't have him hard. Yeah, yeah, but and not in a derogatory way, because I do know that women sometimes say it in a very mean way, which is really stupid. And I learned that very late in life. But I mean it in the loving way. Like I want you to have this. Think of a babushka. Think of a babushka in some village somewhere out there, and she doesn't have a lot, but then these hikers come by and she gives them everything, all the blankets, all the portable bread that she baked this morning, because she wants you to be happy. That's kind of an extreme of that word. That behavior, that willingness for you to have everything you need and want, and be comfortable from that kind of, that is how I experience that word, at least. I don't know how to translate it. Goodwill. That's closer, but I don't think it fits in a sentence. The opposite of begrudge. Blue. I grant people. I grant you. No. It's funny though. It's not it's not the same. Wanting something for someone and being okay with them having it. Yeah. And I guess especially something you understand needing, wanting yourself. Maybe I should say that again. Especially when it comes to services or objects or food that you have known to miss or need yourself. Maybe that. Goede wil jegens alle mensen. That is so old. That is so old. That way of speaking. One of many words where there just isn't a sufficiently good English translation. Yeah. I didn't realize it. I thought it was just my brain. It's a form of empathy? Oh, it's going to bother me. It's going to bother me. Opposite of the resentful wish that someone did not have something. Be generous, be glad. Wait! Oh my God, it's happening again. It's happening again. I know I'm supposed to do something with your name, but I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Allow, forgive, favor, sanction, approve, grant, be content, be happy. I don't know. I don't think it's. I'm afraid it's another. To get where? To a better world? A better, an equitable world? Well, we start in our circle of influence. I think for a lot of people, me included, what causes trouble is when I try to contain too much of the world in my actions. There's a difference between being aware of what is happening in the world and trying to put a spotlight on it in whatever way you can, whether that is by actually physical support, demonstrations, or using your social media to like and comment to boost other people who are activists. But there's a line that you have to keep in mind. And the easiest way to make the world a better place is to start acting like you already are living in that world. So even if people around you are treating you like crap, And I'm talking like in stores, for example. I notice that people are getting really rude. Just still say have a nice day, and don't say it with a smirk. Say it like, I really hope your day gets better because your life must be hard if you're upset about a long line in the supermarket. You know what I mean? It starts with those micro acts of kindness. Seriously, that is where it starts. And if you focus on that, the more you will remove the negative side of the people being intentionally harmful. You just don't have the capacity to hold all that. So the more you focus on the little acts, the more it will grow. And the more it will grow, the more your circle of influence will grow. Your circle of concern at the moment is probably very big, but there's a difference. If you want to learn actually about it, I recommend Stephen Covey's book because I didn't come up with this myself. It's from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that one really helps me because, yes, I feel like we have to witness the crap in the world. That is a very important job and the minimum we can do, like boycotting, and refusing to look away. We can do that. We can do that. And from there, we will find ways to control the path to a better world. But we can do both. We can hold the circle of concern and the circle of influence. I think I mixed them up at the end there. But the circle of influence is I smile at the grocery store person, even if that person is having a bad day. I refuse to give in to also being mean because now they didn't give me a smile. No, they don't owe me that. But if I want them to smile, I'll have to give the good example. Small things. Yeah, always. And look them in the eye. And if people like especially road rage is really scary. Really, really. I don't even have a driver's license. And I am noticing an uptick in aggressive driving. It's really scary. But also, just don't take that personally. Don't take that personally. The world is crazy. You don't know what's going on. But it starts with those little things, and I think because we're so on our phones, and really, I mean, I don't go out much, so I don't know. Maybe things are changing again, but uh, when I do go out and I see, especially now the sun has come out again, people out for drinks, for example, they'll sit at a table and everyone is on their phone, and that confuses me so much because what? Why are you not talking to your friends? Why is everyone on their phone? Why are you could have sent these memes at home. Don't you want to talk to each other? It's so confusing to me. And that's where it starts. Coming back out of our screens and doing just little acts of kindness in the real world without expecting anything in return. We think too big. We're thinking too big. We're at the very beginning of change. We're just starting to dismantle the entirety of it, because there are things that a lot of people have been aware of for a very long time, and now we're we're like still on our way through the rubble. Honestly, we're nowhere near the end of the mess. Like if we live in a history book, we're at the beginning of this era. We're not going to see the end of it, but it's very important that we start doing those little acts of kindness. Give people a compliment, people you don't know, and just walk on. Don't oh shoot. Let's test this out. Hold on. Hold on. Smells a grocery store clerk. Clerk fails to smell back at Jerry and proceeds to bash said clerk over the head with repeatedly with a block of cheese. Nah, a flaccid pizza. Stick that one in your back pocket. Yeah, titles, but I got a splitter, so I feel like it should be fixed now. That means that we should be able to have longer streams again. So we'll see that this week, all right? Because we're back. We're back. No, seriously. It starts with tiny things. But actually, I am mistaken. I'm so sorry. It begins with showing ourselves love. So showing ourselves love. It's summer. I feel like it's summer. It's so loud today. Buy yourself flowers. Light some candles in the evening. Don't wait for someone else to do these things that you would like a partner to do. You are your first partner. You are the only person that you literally live and die with. So treat yourself as you would want to be treated. You count too. You can do that too. I hate when people tell others that they have to smile like, hey, you don't own the person, her emotional expression is no, yeah, exactly. Like just because you smile at me doesn't mean I have to smile back. And I hope that is clear with my grocery store clerk person. Like, I'm not saying they should smile back, but you might make their day better by smiling at them. Because I don't know, if you've worked as a checkout person for a day, you'll know that people really don't see you as a person. People see you as an extension of the payment process. They don't even look you in the eye. That a lot of them don't even say hello. And after the pandemic, it's only gotten worse. I can see it in the faces of the people who are working in stores. They're just so depressed, and I get it. Who grows up dreaming, I want to work in a store where no one even acknowledges my existence? No one! No one does that. You're right, Lulu. Thank you. Kindness by... Is that so, sir? Is that so? One may sometimes think of kindness as a luxury to afford to those led astray within their own disdain, but to those in need and others that walk gentler paths, it is a responsibility, an honor to requite unconditional goodwill. I feel like I said that word. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's if we humans are so special, if we are really top of the food chain, amazing, epic beings, then we owe it. We owe it to each other and to the entire world to use that superiority to make a better world for everyone and everything. I did? I'm scared now, Storm. I'm scared. That is beautiful. I agree. Happy what? Is it? Hi, Duck. Happy Lesbian Visibility Day. Is it? I don't know. There's so many days. I'm so sorry that I don't know. I also feel like I got the wrong of World Earth Day. I think I got it wrong, but that wouldn't be the first time. I have congratulated people for their not birthdays before. Oh no! I wonder if the kids growing up now even have dreams like I want to be an astronaut or something when all they see on media is how crazy the world is. I refuse to give up on every kid because I do follow. Listen, if you're on social media, please know that you have the power to curate your homepage, unfollow everything that is brain rot. Everything that doesn't give you a spark of joy should not be in your follower list, and it's really silly. I got a look into someone's feed, and I was like, oh, cool. I get why you're upset. Jesus, you know you can follow nice things, right? Why are you? What? So do that. Curate your social media. Wait, why did I begin to talk about that? Oh, kids growing up. I follow a few families that aren't actually focused on family. It's not family vlogs or something, but they focus on a more slow lifestyle. So these kids usually don't watch on any other screen than a family TV. They don't have iPads or phones. There are still people who do that, but I feel that it's really scary. Especially now I know about the manosphere. My God, what the hell? I always try to make service people like clerks experience servicing me as above. Yeah, that's exactly if you're at a restaurant and there's some people who say just leave it a mess because there's people who get paid to clean it up. But I'm like, okay, but I would rather they have a easier job and save some time. You know, it's just I can stack up my plate. It's not that big a deal, and maybe it will help them. I don't know. It's so easy. It's so easy to do these small things to make everyone's life a little bit easier. And if you want to be treated with kindness yourself, it's probably a good idea to start first giving, right? Before you give yourself the entitlement to. Oh God, I'm getting war flashbacks to teachers that demanded respect. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know who you are. Why would you? But anyway, okay, I'll be right back. I need to go. I need to go. I'm gonna have some early dinner. I didn't have a good night. I almost forgot to tell you. I didn't have a good night, but for a very good reason. Winston has never been a cuddly. Well, he's a cuddly cat, but never been a lap cat. Yeah, I'm closing down. I had a very short night. I slept like 4 hours because Winston was on my lap. And he was sleeping, and he has never actually fully slept. He is too chaotic. He is unable to. And last night, right before I wanted to go to bed, he just crashed out on my lap, and I just sat there until 2 because I didn't want it to end. So I'm a bit tired, but it's okay. I think the charger works, so I think we can start having longer streams, focus streams anymore. So I'll be back tomorrow. This is going to be the book that I'll be focused on this week. It's a book that I read for the Hermit Road Trip, which is a project I will explain tomorrow. Thank you for the read. Oh, you know you're not late with Danny. You're never late. You are never late. You're exactly on time. I'm going though. Yes, I did. I couldn't. So it was good, but also I'm a bit tired, and I'm looking forward to this week because I think I put this off for a little bit too long. Anyway, again, this is Eskimo folktales about from the natives of the people in Greenland, and I'm very excited to learn about that. So thank you so much. Oh no! Actually, I'm going to someone who has been in a donathon instead of a subathon for over a week. So I'm gonna lurk in there. No, I'm not saying where it is because I'm gonna gatekeep. I'll be back tomorrow. Look at the schedule to see what it means for you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. And let's see what we can make of it. Remember, a small act of kindness can ripple out very, very far, and also for yourself. So, light a candle, buy yourself those freaking flowers. I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.